General Andrews,
And the Dream Stream presents Rapid Runs!
I'll count you down, Zaelyn, and then, yeah, start timer. As soon as his hands go in the air, I'll let you know. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. And you can start the timer now. Yep, so here we go. You'll see him damage boosting a lot. So in this game, damage boosting does not slow you down. It doesn't speed you up, so it's just neutral. But it makes it so that you don't have to worry about getting hit. You'll also see in the top he has 32 out of 40 ninpo. That's what he's going to use for like all of the boss kills and some stuff in stages. So you can make pretty quick work of the boss with the special weapon and the clone. So you're going to see him come up and he's going to moonwalk a little bit. So let's look at this. Ooh. Oh, that was actually really good. I feel like a lot of people, there was like a really slight mistake, but Zaelyn was able to recognize that and adapt. So I think most players would have just got hit there and lost like a couple of seconds. But yeah, so we'll pick up the second clone, and if all goes well, which by the way, this game is very hard to run in a marathon setting. So, you know, we'll see what happens, but I believe in Zaelyn. He has a second clone, and hopefully he can just keep those. So yeah, as I was mentioning, the boss kills, they go very quickly. There's so much to say in this game. I just realized now it's like, no, I can't talk about boss kills. I gotta talk about stage hazards. So every stage has a unique hazard, every act has a unique hazard for like a stage that has that hazard. So here you can see it's the wind. So that may have messed him up. Let's see how he does here. So the wind is pushing him back. I think he'll be good. So it's going to blow to the right, and he wants to get boosted here. All right, beautiful. So it blows left, right, left, and it's on a cycle according to the screen that you're on. But if something goes wrong, it goes to crap. That stage where he got the bullet boost, it's very hard to recover if you mess up. That is one of the... So I would say that 2-2 is one of the common, like, places to die in a run, so very glad that's out of the way. This stage you can see, or this act has the hazard in 3-1, and you can see that there's darkness. So when you learn to speedrun this game, it's like, wow, this is like super hard. And you know, not to discredit the runners, but I'll just let you know how we learn this stage. You can see the backdrop is fixed. So, in fact, a lot of the cues that we use, we know where we are and we know where the pits are because of the backdrop. So going on to 3-2, this is a lot of people's favorite stage. I know the OST is playing, so you can't hear the music, but it's one of the best tracks. This stage is one of the hardest if you're playing it at a super high level. I think Zaelyn's going to go for some of that.
The frame perfect.
Yep, that's frame perfect. There's another way you can do a similar thing on the next screen. There's a lot of ways to handle it. Ooh, okay, that was super scary. I didn't want to say anything and throw him off. All right, let's see how he handles this wall. There's a lot of ways that you can get up. All right, Crescent's going to boost him. There we go. All right, his Nimpo is good. All right, Act 3 is a tough boss kill. Let's see if he can get it. Go. Missed one of the up Bs. That's okay. That's a pretty good kill. So one of the things you'll see him do when he is fighting pretty much, yeah, actually every boss, is there will be some amount of jumping involved. And the reason that we're jumping is that whenever you land, it resets your animation. And whenever you jump, it resets your animation. So if you think about it, like you can get 3 slashes super quickly by like slashing and then landing and slashing and then jumping right when right when your slash connects and slashing again. So like that's called a triple slash cancel. That will be used in let's see, yeah, in 𝐂𝐿𝐉, the first form of the last boss. By the way, this stage is very tricky. That was beautiful.
Yes, easily by far 4-1 and 4-2 are like death traps when you're running this game.
Yep, yeah, 4-2 is yeah, very difficult. You can see this stage has a hazard of the water, so it's gonna push you. We want to maximize the water push in our favor. All right, Zaelyn's gonna do a really neat and somewhat recent trick here to go through the wall.
Wow, first try, dude,
that was
excellent.
Really good. You have to like press right, and then you have to press left immediately after, like 1 frame after it's going over.
Oh, over the wall too.
That was amazing.
Dude,
right.
You have all my respect, Zaelyn, for real. That in a marathon setting is probably one of the worst things to go for.
That 4-2 was actually insane. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like Zaelyn's gold.
No, that was extremely good. Like,
yeah.
Mad respect to Zaelyn. That is really not easy in a marathon.
Alright, 5-1. The stage is pretty short, but it has some cool tricks. Ooh, this is actually a decent spot to recover. There's a clone. Yep. Yeah, that death was not too bad. Ooh. Oh boy, we're going improv.
Okay, yeah.
What happened is Zaelyn was expecting his shuriken to hit the orb because he thought he was going to have his clone. Like, it's totally expected to have that. And he is doing very advanced 5-1 strats that he practiced. Either that or a backup. So he's going to enter here with low health, but it's not a big deal. There's a health at the end of this screen. And this is 𝐿𝐴𝐻's favorite stage. The hazard here is ice. And
very smart.
That was super smart.
Yeah, because if you don't have the second clone there, the bird will actually hit you.
Yep, you recognize that. Very beautiful backups.
Oh,
that was rough.
Oh, that's criminal.
Yeah. The thing is, when you have 2 clones, your perception of like where your specials are going to be are like, totally off. Because you're so used to like you use a special and it's going to kill all this stuff. This is a stage where like it's not too bad to recover. So you can see he's getting the clone there. All of the power-ups that he needs are on 2 screens from now. Alright, gets the health. There's another through the wall. Alright, goes for the backup. But yeah, this stage has ice, and contrary to a lot of games, the ice in this stage actually feels really good. And that's one of the reasons that this is 𝐿𝐴𝐻's favorite stage. Alright, this is Ashtar. Hardest trick in the game. Notorious for one of the hardest NES tricks ever. No pressure. Oh, so there's just like such a tiny window to get enough damage in there. Yeah. But
yeah, you can kill him before he teleports away there, and it saves like 4 seconds or whatever, right?
Yeah, 4.5 seconds, and it's rough.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, just to put that into perspective, you made an Ashtar tutorial about a quick kill that lasts for like 8 seconds, and the tutorial itself is like 19 minutes. So
yeah.
It shows how much goes into that quick kill. It's actually absurd.
It's actually what made 𝐿𝐴𝐻 quit the game, unfortunately. He was like, it's not fun anymore if I have to go for this.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Alright, 6-2, very quick stage here. It's getting boosted. Hold right the entire time. Alright, we're at Kelberos. So, return of the Ninja Gaiden 1 boss. Gonna set up here. So you see he jumps there at the end. That's what I was mentioning before, the cancel. So if he doesn't jump, it's not a huge time loss, but you know, why not jump to save some time? But that shows you like all of the little tiny things in the run. Another beautiful over the wall. Those are really hard, by the way. There's one coming up on this screen. By the way, those used to not be in the run because they were thought to be too hard. And Zaelyn has done a beautiful job with all of them so far. And of course I jinx him. That one is a little bit different than the other ones.
He's still above the health threshold though. Like he wants 6 health or whatever entering, or 7 or whatever it was, but he's above.
Yeah, he took damage, but managed to like save health in other spots. It didn't matter. This is a 7-2. It's the last stage. This stage is very difficult. Let's see. Yeah, let's see how he does it. Let's hope for a nice jump.
He tried. Good job.
He tried. That is a meme trick. Don't ever do that if you want this game. This is a very tricky section. Alright. Gets the health. Just decides to kill everything, which, you know, why not? It's a very safe thing to do there, which is good. Alright, there's a health here. Yeah, he's not
skipping it.
Alright, this is a second hardest kill in the game. But there's actually so many ways that you can try to kill this boss because, like, I don't know. There's so much freedom here, and they're all like layered in difficulty. Just you can turn around and screen wrap. There we go. All right. Okay. He's got plenty of health.
Only Aiden and Pope.
Yeah, I think it's okay. He's just got to hit the head once. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So the timer is gonna count down to 0 after he kills the heart, and that's when time will be called. All right, coming up, and time. That's what, 11:37? Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been 37. I by accident still had it on, whenever I switch over, I try to make the timer not able to be interrupted by my typing. I turn off global keys, and then I forgot to turn it back.
No worries. Yeah, that's pretty respectable for a marathon time, and I would say without that death in 5-2, which honestly that bird robbed him, this would have been sub 11 probably, or very, very close to it. And yeah, excellent job, Zaelyn. Let's give him some.
Yeah, that was sick. Like I felt so bad when that bird stole that health at the end of that sequence, because you're like, okay, he's gonna get it. One enemy left, and then it was just like, are you kidding me? Of course, it's those evil birds.
Yeah, like he basically died on the potion. It was unlucky.
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
Because which one was it that water was that 4-1, 4-2, where it was just so silky, just boom, 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 boom. That was so cool, Zaelyn.
That 4-2 was godlike. That was amazing. It would have been hard for me to produce a better 4-2 in a marathon for sure, and in a run. Yeah, that was really good.
No, very good. But I know all the frames and stuff that go into that, and that's hard. No, that was a really good marathon showing. Like, I want to express how difficult Ninja Gaiden 2 is, because if you make one mistake, it's really hard to kind of like, depending I guess where you die, it's really hard to recover the clones and the sub weapon, because usually like sub weapon is in one screen or clones are in a different screen or whatever, and there's not really a good place to die in Ninja Gaiden 2 where you can kind of collect everything at the same time. So you're really disadvantaged for several screens until you kind of collect everything again, and then you can kind of move through it as you would.
Yeah, and exactly what you said. The other thing too is that even if you know where that stuff is, it's not like you have the muscle memory to get it. Right? You have to do it totally impromptu, or like have drilled backup strats like a bunch. And it actually showed that Zaelyn did his homework, because there were some times where like you could tell he knew where the backups were, and it was very clean. So that was really good.
No, especially with like the little movement in 5-1 where he avoided the bird because he knew he didn't have like the second clone.
Yeah.
And then on top of that too, as you said, like if you die, it's really weird because a lot of the times you have to recollect that stuff. it's not going forward. Like you actually have to make several momentum breaks, or whatever, and go back left, or like jump awkwardly left, or as he saw also in 5.1.2, like one of the other shadow clones is like by that spider, but it's down in the left corner, so you have to like traverse off the cliff and then go left and grab it. So it's really awkward to get all that stuff back.
And you mentioned the clones and the sub weapon. You also got to get the red ninpo too.
Yep.
Yeah, basically 4 things that you have to get, and otherwise, like you're off track until all of that happens. So.
Yeah, because you don't have the same way to kill certain enemies or go through enemies. Because as you said earlier, obviously, like the way that you shoot your sub weapon is completely different with 1, 2, or 3 clones, or 2 clones. Sorry, yourself.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it's a miracle, Irene.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed the castle crumbling. I must have been talking for a long time.
I guess it's worth noticing the credits on this game are almost 17 minutes, so it's going to take longer to go through the credits than Zaelyn beat the game.
True.